Well, hello and welcome back to Fantabulous, where we do handbag product development sketches. Today, we're actually working on this little heat-sealed pencil case that could use a cosmetic bag, all sorts of things. When you do product development, you will do a lot of this. This is kind of like sometimes it winds up being the bread and butter of certain times of the year, around the holidays, and you wind up literally doing hundreds of sketches of these in different colors. So, last week we did this in a pencil sketch as we have right here. I just scanned it in and plopped it in, placed it on my document. And now what we're going to do is we're going to proceed to go to Object and down to Image Trace, and I'm going to turn this into a digital image. Okay, there we go. Very nice. I'm going to get rid of the edge of the paper, kind of a thing. Okay, so now we just have to colorize this guy and make it look shiny. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to pick is like a neon color. You might want to do something with a little bit of gradient action. So we're going to go to our swatch lab. We're going to open over here in the corner. We have our little list here. And then we're going to open our swatch library. We're going to go down, 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 down to gradients. And let's see what we got. So we got brights. It's really like neon, but let's go for the brights and see what we come up with. This might work. Let's push this over here. We can open up some more stuff. Let's see what else we can find in our gradient library. Brights, color combos, no. Color harmonies, no. Earth tones, definitely no. No fades, not yet. We might use them later. Pastels and neutrals, no. Seasonal, radials, skin tones, definitely not. Well, all right, I think we're going to have to go with the brights. So let's go ahead and we're going to grab our direct select tool. I want to start to colorize this thing and see what it looks like. All right, it's a little too green. Let's try the yellow. Wow, that is bright. Let's see what happens when we make it a different kind of gradient. Let's flip it around. We're going to go down here to the reverse gradient. And, okay, it's not terrible, but I think I liked it the way it was before. Okay, very good. So now I'm going to take this opacity down a little bit because it's just a little too, yeah, I think that's better. All right. Now, actually, when you're doing something that looks like this, you can actually go ahead and layer it, which is kind of fun. You'll notice one thing, you can see it here, the edge or the seam, the heat seam here, always winds up looking for some reason a little bit brighter than the rest of the bag. So what we're going to do, let me see, we're going to grab that and we're going to put in, let's see if we can actually make our own yellow color. I think we want to try to figure out how to make a yellow color. Let's see, let's put a little bit of green in there. Getting neon tones are not easy, and you will find out why. I don't know why, but they're a little bit brighter, a little bit, maybe less on the magenta. Yeah, no. Let's get a little bit more green in there. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so you see it winds up looking at a different color. I actually like that color better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and I'm going to go with this one instead. And I'm going to do reverse gradient. Okay, so now we have our bag looking like this. You'll notice that because it's translucent, the green zipper shows right through. Actually, this still is a little bit too... Let's just go back to the yellow. And actually, I'm going to make the edging also a little bit opaque, the opacity reduced on it, so it looks only slightly different. Okay, very good. Now, we have all different details. We have this plastic zipper pull, we have this cord, and we have this black plastic zipper puller detail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all the styling detail, all the materials first, and then we're going to apply shadows. So let's go back to our swatch library. I'm going to go back to gradients. I love gradients, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. And I'm going to try, not metal, but stone and brick, because I think that'll fit more like the plasticky look of this. So there, that looks more plasticky. It's kind of matte looking. Let's go ahead and, sorry, my voice is a little bit yucky today. I apologize. So let's go ahead and grab our zipper pull. And let's see there. The whole thing is green. Let's see what we got on their brights. It's actually this kind of Kelly green. So let's go. Oh, actually, that doesn't look bad. Okay, so the zipper teeth we could do also in Kelly green because it's nylon, chunky nylon, 10-cent zipper. Let's go ahead and make them matching. Okay, very good. Now let's go back. Now, one thing you can do here, because the inside of this item is actually a shape, you can give it an edging, which is kind of cool because it does wind up looking like that in the original photo. And that's what happens with these type of PVCs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it an interior edge, but I'm going to give it a brighter color. I'm going to go even like light yellow. Let's see what that does. Okay. See, so now we have like this little weird edge. I think I want to make the stroke even wider. There. So you see now we have this kind of edge look. It looks a little bit more plasticky, which is unfortunately what we're dealing with. So anyway, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill in the actual zipper tape. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. The zipper tape is matte. So we're going to try to find something that looks like it. Oops. Oops. All right, let's do there. Okay, this doesn't need to have an edging, so let's just do that. Oh. Okay, grab that again. We're going to get rid of the edge. Okay, so now we have kind of a gradient on the teeth. And the next thing is we're going to go over here again. And we're going to look. You see, this weird thing over here is actually a heat set seam on a nylon zipper. So what we need to do is we try to make it look like that. So we're going to grab this little interesting shape here that I drew in. And we're just going to fill it in with the same color of the zipper that we had before, which is this. Ugh. Now let's keep switching there. Okay, so let's get rid of that again. Okay. So now what I like to do is I like to make it look like it's behind the plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that shape like that. And then I'm going to just grab this poop. And you'll notice because this is, let me see, because this has some opacity to it, it's going to look like it's behind it. It still could use a little help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this down a little bit. And I'm going to do just even more opacity. I'm going to go even lighter so that the underneath green color should show up just enough so you can tell that it's, let's go to like 40 something. All right, let's see. So right now I'm like, it looks like, ooh, what is that? But wait, just hold on, wait. I'm going to go back, and all of a sudden we're having something that looks very similar to this. Now we're going to go and finish up our little cable here, this little nylon cording detail. Nylon cording, nylon cording is going to definitely have a little bit of a shine, but not that much. I'm not sure if we want to do it or not. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see a little shine. Oh, God. Okay, let's just get rid of that. I'm going to do this, and we're going to go there. Do I like it? We could go with that, I guess. It's not the end of the world. Let's try it. Uh-oh. So, okay, so this spot here needs to be empty. Let's just white it out. Okay. All right, I think I'm okay with that. Now what I like to do is go back and look at it. Okay, so you could actually stop right here and say, okay, the factory will understand what this is. I don't have to go any further. And you can also submit a picture if you have one of something you want to copy. This is perfectly fine. However, if you wanted to do a little bit of shadowing, that might help to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional, although it already has a look to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our pen tool, and we're going to imagine there's a light up here someplace, and there's a shadow that's coming down over here someplace, and that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's see. So so let's create that. Okay. Okay, now what I'm doing right now is I'm creating, well, not creating, I'm just drawing in something. Now remember, this kind of thing has to be very subtle. So I'm doing this wavy thing because that's kind of like what PVC lives to do. Wavies and shakies and whatever. Okay, so now, okay, so now we have this weird white shape. I'm like, what on earth is this woman doing? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my swatch library, back to gradients, and excuse me, and I'm going to find something called fades and see if we can work with those. So I'm going to do this. Okay, so that's an interesting fade. Now I'm seeing that I don't like certain shapes here, so I'm going to move them around and make them a little more watery and do that. Okay, so that's interesting. Let me just, I think I want to do that. Make your shapes look nice and neat and fluid. Okay, so now you can see how it would look with that type of faded shadow. And if you remove opacity on it, it's very subtle. There. See, let's see. Excuse me. All right, that's a little too strange. You can also change the gradient position and see how that looks if that tickles you better. Okay. I think it still could use a little less opacity on it. Now, you might not like this fade. You can pick another one. Let's go with something a little bit more subtle like that. Or something strange like that. Actually, that's not looking bad. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go opacity even less there. So now you see you have this little bit of a shade to it. Now, if you really want to, you could add some shine like you see here. Oops. Like you see here on the photograph. Now you have to figure out where that shine would be. It would probably be in the areas of light where the bag is supposedly sticking out more. I don't like this one. Tweak everything while you can. Okay. So I would say there's like going to be like some light here and some light here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be lazy. Actually, I'm going to be economical. Okay, so I'm going to just make myself a skinny little thing like this. And then I'm just going to grab that. And I'm going to actually go to the fades, but I'm going to go to a light fade like this. And I'm going to remove the outer edge because it doesn't need it. Now again, I'm going to go to opacity, and I'm going to reduce the opacity by 30%. 30%. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to try to align this against this line here that I created. That's supposedly our shadow. I think I want to move this up a little bit like that. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this around a little bit and make it a line there, because that's usually what happens. The plastic, wherever the plastic sticks out more, not plastic, pardon me, the PVC. The super clear PVC that's super expensive, and you try to sell it like the best thing since sliced bread. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so see, now you have a little bit of a shine there, and you can even turn it more. I think it needs to be a little bit turned more. Hello, turn down there. There. Okay. There. So now we have a little bit of a shine there, and I think it needs to be even lighter. It's a little bit like too in your face. So now we have a little bit of a shine there. Maybe 29 was a little too less. Let's go like 36. I don't know. It's a nice number. Okay. Okay, so now we have this look, and you're pretty much done. I mean, you can add more shine to it. There's no need to, but you could, like over here. Just twist it a little bit and change the shape so it doesn't look like it's there. Then you go grab the edge, grab one point here, and pull it out. Okay, there. All right, so now you have a shiny little PVC bag. It tells you everything you need to know for a product development sketch. And the factory will be happy to understand it. And also, if you have to show it to a buyer, it's attractive enough that they're not going to be like, ew, that's what it's going to look like. And they talk like that. They actually talk like that. But anyway, it's good. It's good for a spec. You can spec it out very easily, and it's also good enough to show to a buyer, and that is what a product development sketch is. So I hope you enjoyed this class. I hope to hear from you, and if you need anything, please, as sketched, please send it on, and hope to see you next week with something else. Okay, remember, if you like this, please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.